What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about why INFJs go cold. We've got a little quote here. Grief is really just love. It's all the love you want to give but cannot. All that unspent love gathers up in the corners of your eyes, the lump in your throat, and in that hollow part of your chest. Grief is love with no place to go. Jamie Anderson. I honestly have no idea who this is, but I thought the quote was pretty applicable. So just to start off here, so we got introverted intuition, that's like big picture pattern recognition. Extroverted feeling, which is absorbing the emotions of the people and the environment around you. Introverted thinking, which is the constant rumination of why things are the way that they are. And then the last one is extroverted sensing, which is the least developed function, and that is I have my notes here. So that's like our perceiving function that focuses on like real world tangible data. So in a normal day-to-day situation, INFJ takes in information via introverted intuition, but it's important to note that this is not a visible function. Whereas this guy right here, extroverted feeling, this allows you to recognize if people in the room are having a good time, if the environment is passing the vibe check. This is like also kind of a function that sees two faces in people. This serves as a magnifying glass in a way that kind of separates the outward facade, that persona of someone, and separates it between the internal reality of like what that person's actually experiencing or feeling or thinking. This is what makes INFJs more natural empathizers, because they can bypass most sensory run details and get straight to the issue. And INFJs are kind of like emotional sponges. You know, everything's felt, whether it's small or deep. And that can be a blessing and a curse, I think. So congratulations to everyone that feels everything, whether you want to feel it or not. That can sometimes be a tough thing to live with. What's tricky with this function is INFJs, they struggle. So these are their two internal functions, right? Introverted intuition, introverted thinking, and then the outside world, extroverted feeling, extroverted sensing, right? So while connecting to the outside world is important to them, the INFJ struggles naturally with switching back and forth between their internal functions, introverted intuition, introverted thinking, and then their two extroverted functions, feeling and sensing. So why is this an issue? So basically think of it this way. Over time, when extroverted feeling is exposed to too much pressure, it kind of acts like a dam. Like, here's your extroverted feeling reservoir. And when you have so much pressure from the outside world, whether like that's a relationship, job situation, something that's like emotionally taxing or draining, that pressure builds, and eventually that extroverted feeling function like collapses. So basically your brain is like, yo dude, we're taking this guy out because obviously like this is just not working for us. So what happens is now your introverted intuition is, this pen sucks, is referring to your introverted means of thinking, completely bypassing your extroverted feeling. Extroverted feeling is like, all right, I'm out. Introverted intuition refers to introverted thinking as its premier decision-making process. And well, shoot, introverted thinking isn't necessarily all tea, crumpets, and cuddles, you know what I mean? It does not allow emotions to influence its decision-making process in terms of your new reality. It's important to note that this is also one manifestation of being in the introverted intuition, introverted thinking loop, the NITI loop, the loop of death. So when you're in that frame of mind, it acts like a hot or cold thermos. The ability, you have this incredible ability to be like such a warm-hearted person, but there's this inverse that you also have an extraordinary ability to be a very cold-hearted person. So basically, rationale kicks extroverted feeling out from that passenger side seat in the car, and is now the Google Maps director feeding in all the information to introverted intuition, which is still in the driver's seat. It's just now referring to introverted thinking to, move about. Now this begs the question, is this a healthy, justifiable behavior? So one of two things are going to happen. There's emotional damage done, but if there's remorse, if there's an attempt of recompense from the perpetrating party that was done to the INFJ, then yeah, I think there some healing and some forgiveness might take place. The INFJ can return to that normal state, and life can go on as usual. The relationship may be damaged in some sense, but there's ability to move past it, right? And then the other thing that could happen could be a door slam, which is the worst thing that could happen, right? So if those unhealthy dynamics of that environment or that relationship have been ongoing for some time, then that would be causation for a door slam as well. And so consequently, the INFJ puts on this shell, and that person is basically thrown into a dark abyss, never to be heard or seen again, as an act of self-preservation, so that way the INFJ doesn't take any more emotional damage, or allows that one thing or that one person to influence them. Just to reiterate too, this type of behavior is almost always a response. There needs to be an outside instigation that serves as a trigger. INFJs don't really just go cold for no reason, unless of course some form of bitterness latches itself on for some extended period of time, and that goes undealt with, and everybody experiences that. That's just being human. So anyways, I hope this helps, and